Good morning, everyone, on this Monday morning. It was kind of a windy one yesterday afternoon and evening, but it seems to have calmed down. We're continuing our reading through the book of Galatians, and we're in chapter 4, verses 22 through 24, 26 through 27, and 31, and chapter 5, verse 1. Brothers and sisters, it is written that Abraham had two sons, one by the slave woman and the other by the freeborn woman. The son of the slave woman was born naturally, the son of the freeborn through a promise. Now this is an allegory. These women represent two covenants. One was from Mount Sinai, bearing children for slavery. This is Hagar. But the Jerusalem above is freedom, and she is our mother, for it is written, "Rejoice, you barren one who bore no children. Break forth and shout, you who are not in labor. For more numerous are the children of the deserted one than of her who has a husband." Therefore, brothers and sisters, we are children not of the slave woman, but of the freeborn woman. For freedom, Christ set us free. So stand firm and do not submit again to the yoke of slavery. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. It's an interesting analogy that he's using here, and it can kind of get a little bit complex because we hear elsewhere where Apostle Paul will say, "I'm a slave of Christ." And here he's trying to say, well, don't be a slave. So what is he trying to get at with this one? And it has to do with this analogy of the posture, I would say, the posture that one has. If one is a slave, one is always in a posture of trying to please the master in order to gain, some sort of position. And he's saying that's not the way it is when we are in Christ. If we are in Christ, we are born into his family by baptism. We are born into the family, so we are children of God. It's something that is of above because it's of Christ. It's of grace. If you're not, you're having to always constantly work for this position, try to do something to please it. And that's not the best position. Now, Apostle Paul will say he's a slave, though, at certain points. Well, that's because now that he is in that position of being in Christ, he's a slave in the sense that now it's not because of his position. That has been granted in Christ, but because of his love of his master, Jesus Christ, his love affair of Jesus. That's the difference. I don't know if I clarified that very well or not, but it's a way of thinking, who am I with? If I'm in the family of God, that's a whole different feeling than if I'm just simply on the outskirts as a slave. If you're in the family of God, then you can also act as a master relationship. But that's the important thing. We're saved by the grace of God. We move and grow in that same grace because we follow our Master, Jesus Christ. Stay safe, folks. Hopefully we see each other soon. Bye for now.